I've yet to get more super glue. I was very upset. I wasn't able to get time to go to Home Depot today and get some. Okay. Well, I wish we had music. What's up, Mag? Welcome to stream. What's up, Mr. G? Welcome to stream. Again, I wish we had music. What are all these little selections going on here? What, retouch on? What is a retouch? Why do I have it? I have a green screen mode. Okay. What is this? Yo, guys, you want to see my new TV? Well, oh my god. It's right here, guys. What is this? What? I didn't know I could do this. That's awesome. Wait, I'm actually so pleased with that. That's peak. I gotta turn it off, but that's so funny. How's it going? I missed your last live. It's going good. I just found out I have creative tools I can. Oh, I can mute my mic too. What does this thing do? I can turn off my camera. This is so fun. I didn't know we had this. Oh, how great. Now I can I could totally go green screen mode and then just show you guys a whole bunch of stuff that I just have laying on my camera roll. Like, holy shit, wait, this is actually awesome. Mind the lady. That's where I got my TV from my school. I haven't really said this on my channel, but this looks so weird. So my school was throwing away this TV, so I'm like, hey, I want that, and then there it is. And can I zoom in? Wait, oh, I can't zoom in. No, but you can see like the dust right there. This is so bad. Oh, this is great. I'm visiting with my family. That's fun. Hey guys, it's Josh the Gamer. Come on, we gotta beat him. Subscribe. Let's get it, guys. Also, he had 1K videos. That's kind of fun. I can just show you guys my stuff. Look at this corn. Look at this corn. This is some great corn. This is actually so cool. This is actually, like, I can show you guys a photo of these geese that I saw. You know, Mother Goose with her children. I think Dad's in the back there. Look at, this is great. What a fun feature. That's actually so fun. I love that. Okay, I can still zoom. Can I go 0.5? No. I'm melting. No plan though. It's 99 degrees in California. Dude, when I was going out west on vacation last summer, imagine I had a map pulled up now. So we went out west from Ohio. So we went to Vegas, and then Vegas was like our starting point, and then we went like up to Yosemite, and then like down to Los Angeles. And when we went to Vegas, it was over like I think 120 degrees in dry heat. It was like record-breaking temperatures. It was actually insane. Like if you guys have never felt dry heat before, you know, it's crazy. Like, you know, it really hits you hard. Like, if anything, I kind of prefer it other than the humidity we get down here in Ohio. But, like, you can, like, feel it draining away your sinuses and not in a good way. You can, like, it hits your throat. It was crazy. I couldn't be outside more than, like, 10 minutes without, like, needing air conditioning and whatnot. Yeah. I don't think you know her name. Like actual name. Guys, my family kind of doesn't know I deleted my leg. What? That's crazy. Yo, Mag deleted the leg, guys. Come on. I don't have sinuses. I'm a treat. That is true. You actually create the sinuses. Anyway, this is a great way to start this. I'm so mad. I couldn't stream on We Play Back. like saw the feature and it like let me access it. And then as I was like trying to start the stream, it said, "Oh yeah, by the way, you don't have 50 subscribers, so you can't stream on this channel." And I'm like, that's utter bullshit, because I mean, I feel like if it's tied into some other channel, you should be able to. I get it for like, you know, other kids that are like, I guess, but also why 50, you know? I feel like if it was were to prevent kids, then it should be like over 100, because I don't know. Anyway. Yes, we have a whole bunch of goods today. I've been trying to start posting on here, but I'm actually scared. It's not as bad as Instagram, and it's not as bad as TikTok, and I personally never use TikTok. YouTube seems to be fairly respective in like a very mellow way, because number one, the algorithm kind of sucks, because man, we're just getting so off topic here, and I love it. The algorithm sucks on YouTube because you'll post like a short, just say a short, right? And then it'll grow like over 1,000 views or more, and then it'll die out within a day. I'm not exaggerating. That's like how it works most of the time. Like my most recent short got over 2,000 views in 11 minutes. And then I'm like, holy crap, that's weird. And then it peaked, and then it just straight lined. It stopped. But I mean, it's a fun platform overall though, because it's that lack of viewage kind of does make everything easier to handle and more easier to like talk to people and everything if somebody were to find your channel and actually find interest in it. Sorry, you have to have more than 50 subscribers than 51. Kids with 50. I used to post on TikTok when I had 2 legs, but I got logged out of that account, and that sucks. Anyway, so we have a whole bunch of goods today. So a lot of this stuff I got free from my retro video game store. I guess I'll just show the one that's already on the desk here. So this is a SNES controller. It's completely OEM. It's got the model make and everything, and it is in rough shape. You can see, hold on. You can see the grime on the, is it better without contrast? You can, man, you can't really, this is dirty. this, let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, this is disgusting, but I got it for free, which, you know, cool, I'll take it. I got these 2 things for free as well, which is great. I have never in my life, yes, I'm assuming it's cancer. No, I've never really held these things in my life, and they are so cool. Bone static, crazy. But they're so clicky. I didn't know that the SNES Blaster was so clicky. It's so fun. And like, so obviously this is used in games like Duck Hunt mainly. But as I've shown you all lately, hold on, let's get that going back. So I got the CRT, but now I can use these on my CRT because I can't use them on my modern TV. Do I have a photo of that? Oh, that's a text. I don't want to show that. That's, oh, I have to go into like a whole bunch of crap if I want to show you guys my modern TV. You know, I get, there. I can't use these on that. So I am forced to get a CRT, obviously. No, they're throwing it away. It was old. I took it. But I love these. These are so cool, and they are in really fine condition. You know, it's probably not going to be that hard to clean up. I think this one specifically is just needs a bit of a cleanup. It's a bit dusty. So there's those. We have gun. The only thing I did buy that day was this copy of Street Fighter for the Sega Genesis, which Street Fighter 2 special character for $10, and this cartridge itself is in not the best shape. I really wish my local retro video game store kind of spent more time on that, or like they had people to pay to do that. But like around the sticker, it's really hard to see, but it's dirty. And I wanna, and maybe it was cleaned at some point and people just touched it a lot, and I want to clean off the pins and everything. In fact, actually, I might be able to take it apart and see if there's anything inside, I guess, that I should look at. There's the back without the sticker. Anyway. Eat more milk. Eat more milk. Screw you. I must take my dragon fruit and leave. Alright, bye-bye. Also, I hate milk. Bro, Mag is intolerant. Quit bothering Mag. Poor Mag. They're already struggling enough. They can't stand up for themselves, guys. Come on. I'm sorry. Pro goes, hey! Anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna work on, taking, our time and cleaning this thing off, getting all, like, the loose grime or settled grime on it off. It's not very nice, guys. Mac has every disease known to mankind. Tree, leave them alone. I don't know Mag's gender. I don't know. I wish we had music. I feel like... Ugh, that was just from wiping the cord. My God. I feel like YouTube should definitely have, like, a feature where we had, like, some kind of background. I mean, like, I know I could probably do it if I had... if I was streaming on computer, but... Yeah, no. I'm not doing that. I'm a medical emergency. Dr. House would hate me. I'm a little girl. A pretty, pretty princess. Play Sky Forever Blue by Toby Fox. Now, I have an Alexa, but I don't want to be like those shitty streamers that like play low quality music through their... That is disgusting. Through their stream. I feel like that's crazy. What's up, Bree? Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher this. Brix Oric? Welcome to the stream, my guy. I really hate those people. Anyways, I have autism and missing a leg, allergic to milk, partial blindness in one eye, and scoliosis. I'm sorry. And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Mag is 3 years old girl with 976 degrees. And then we're probably going to wash this off in the sink, too. Again, just to get up a lot of the loose grime, or, like, hardened grime inside everything. But yeah, this is disgusting, but it was a very great find. I literally got it for free. I literally been needing a SNES controller. How it happened was, the manager working there, I'm not naming names, was like, I asked her to begin with, like, oh, hey, do you have any SNES control, like official SNES controllers? And she goes, we have the third-party ones. And I'm like, well, I don't like those. And she goes, well, let me look. And then she thought they had some. And then she goes on to telling me how good the third-party ones are, but I don't like the third parties. I think I remember you, Bricks, if I can call you that. Is it Bricks or Brie? I don't know. Brooks on. Yeah, I think I remember you. I thunk, perchance. But anyway, yeah. So fun find. Glad I got it. Definitely gonna be fun to take apart this stream. That's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, where do I have a trash pile or just there's? I was in your stream a while ago. I recognize the name. That's why I say I think. I thunk, perchance. Oh, the first stream, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's all the tanks. I don't know how we want to go about this. Zoom out maybe a tad. Somehow I'm the only one who truly struggles in this bloodline. Okay. So I don't know if this was intentional from Nintendo, but usually they would use this thing called me dropping a screw bit in my lap. They would use this thing, a security screw. Let focus. He wants to, I see it. Come on. Come on. Okay, well they would use a security screw called a tri-wing screwdriver, which is basically just like a Phillips head screwdriver. Please. But it only has... Do I need light? Perchance. But it only has 3 notches. You can kind of make it out. I'm not going to go into much detail about that. Anyway, so this controller doesn't have that, which is kind of shocking to me. I expected it would, but it also kind of makes sense because this is older. Why is it so zoomed in? I don't know. I thought like the restoration process would be better if I zoomed it in. I can zoom it out a little bit. In my wheelchair. But yeah, we're gonna take this thing apart. Screws, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to work on a controller that doesn't have the tri-wing coming from Nintendo. Whoa. Also, these screws are really tight. Also, I can tell this hasn't been opened before. Watch me open this thing up and like find a dead roach family inside of it. Wouldn't be my first. Our old people tree. Quit being so disrespectful. They already can't stand up for themselves. I'm 14, bro. God. Poor Mag. Bro, what? I'm joking. Am I allowed to make that joke, Mag? I'm sorry. I feel like you've been around long enough to where I'm like, maybe I can joke about it. I'm unsure. And I'm 194 and not complaining. We'll see about that. Tree, I'm gonna chop you down and count your rings. You can, but it's so out of nowhere, bro. I know, that's what makes it funny. Also, these, I don't know if it's my bits. Oh, I'm just using a small thing. I should probably use a bigger one. You can hear it stripping. You can. Alright, for now I'm using a bigger one. I low-key do not mind. No, me. Don't cut me down. Alright, let's see how many screws have already came up. None of them. That's crazy. Oh, well, maybe. Well, that's easy. Okay. Here is the back of the motherboard. I really want to push these screws out, preferably. Please? Can you get out? Question mark? You can see all the dirt buildup after coming back from the 80s. Not 80s. Like, when was this SNES made? Like 90s? Late 90s? We got one screw out. I don't understand why these ones are being so persistent. What's up, Ian Dave? Welcome to stream. We'll get back to that later then. Go ahead and take off the controller port. Man, that is so sketchy. I just saw the whole port wiggle. Is that soldered on there, right? There's probably lead in the solder points too. I haven't considered that. Huh. Interesting. I don't know why this is brown. Game of the Dark Heights, I swear, I don't expect Dave to appear in my stream. I'm sorry for threatening him. Also, sorry, Dave, forgive me. What are you on about? It's concerning that this is brown because the rest of these are blue. But it's probably nothing to worry about. Again, we'll throw these all in the sink and they'll be all clean. These membranes are terrible though. Alright, there's that. Buttons. Good. Oh, disgusting. There is these metal pipes. Guys, maybe wildfires aren't so bad if tree is one of them. No, please. Alright, guys. Keep track on all these buttons because they're all coming out. Ugh. Oh, God. It got... Dude, whatever's on this is still, like, actively wet. Hold on. It left a stain. That wasn't there before on the X button. Ugh. God. Alright. Let's go ahead and try and get all these screws out. And then we're gonna... One of them got out. I think. Then we're gonna just let this soak in water. And let all the grime come out. Then we'll work on the board. There's another screw. And then we'll go from there. I'm not gonna be doing this to all of, like, the guns either. Dude, if this damn little... what's up, Ginger Brave? Welcome to stream. Currently struggling to take old screws out for no reason. There we go. Again, you can tell this controller has not been touched since this thing was probably bought new. Good. All right. So this is what we got so far. We got the shells and the buttons out. My cousins keep unlocking my wheelchair, bro. We got the buttons out. Everything's out. My whole desk is dirty. I'm gonna heat up some water. I'm gonna leave these buttons in isopropyl. What are we thinking? Isopropyl alcohol or water for the buttons and membranes? I feel like soapy water wouldn't be the worst idea. It's probably the safest idea because isopropyl alcohol is meant for more physical, technical stuff. So, also I'm unaware if this controller works. I'm hoping it does, and I'll look into more of this motherboard here in a minute. But for right now, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not listening to any of you. I'm gonna get a cup and put that in there. I also don't have a cup, so give me a minute. Well, I guess I should just put it in the sink. Alright, Chad, we're going on an adventure. To the bathroom. Whoa, guys. Okay. Sink. Whoa. Sink. I can't see chat, by the way. Just giving that, making that known. Preferably, I'd like to make you guys see more sink. Maybe if I zoom out. Oh, hi, how's it going? Okay. I think that's okay. Hopefully that's okay. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna watch running water for a second. Hopefully that's gotten warm enough. The water's not that warm yet. Let's read chat. I want water, I want water. Guys, kinda. It hasn't been rained in 3 weeks. Why did it just get brighter? Kinda ended up and down in the saddest. Busted up ass gaming chair, yeah. It's bad. Throw everything in there. And I'm just gonna wash my hands. Make water, get soap in there. I feel like normally people would use dish soap, but I feel like it shouldn't matter. They should be the same. Alright, not bad. Okay. Now, oh, you guys can't see anything anymore because of the soap. Ugh! Getting my knees here. Anyway. Yeah, so what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna scrub. Scrub and pray. I am curious how this thing is printed. Because I feel like this is a plate of some kind. Oh, wait, how weird. Wait, whoa. Check this out. So on the, you guys won't be able to see it very well. Hold on, this is actually so neat. So, for those who don't know, the SNES was a controller that had multiple forms. And this one is the purple and lavender combo. Look at that. They got text to tell you where the buttons go. It's backwards, I think, but there's lavender, there's yellow, there's the red, there's the green. It tells you which ones go where because they had a second revision of this. They had a second revision of this controller. That's so you don't see this kind of stuff anymore. And I'm sure it's just like help the manufacturing, but like that's actually so neat to see that. I love those little details when it comes to restoring stuff. It's actually so cool. Guys, kind of blocked tree. Made me happy. Tree was just being a tree. Yeah, that's really neat though. I might need to let these soak for a minute. Like I'll see what I can get out currently. But there's like smaller grooves that I think just need to sit. Especially inside the buttons too. That's gonna be a whole different job. And overall, just make it easier. I should have made a title for this stream. I never title my streams. It's a terrible habit. I need to get off of it. My battery about to die. Nice. I charged my phone. Kinda didn't. Like tree. I've got the latest Mida. Why does it get so bright? It gets this. I don't know why it does that. How fun. This is a fun controller. I like this controller. Scrub the Membranes. And I probably won't be able to test this stream, but I should be able to. Why does it fucking do that? What? Excuse my French. The brightness goes insane at some point. Yeah, what the? You guys see that? They should make YouTube lives like TikTok lives where people can join. That's kind of what it is. Now, Mag didn't leave the stream, they block you. Being annoying tree, God. No, I mean, like, so with YouTube Lives, it's a little bit easier because you kind of just find it either through the creator or through scrolling. Like, once in a blue moon, you'll come across the person's live stream, I guess, if it agrees with your feed. So, like, that's why you probably see the viewage count go up and down a lot, is because there's just people randomly scrolling on YouTube Shorts. And then they see this random guy who's cleaning a SNES controller and a whole bunch of random crap. And they think, oh, that's weird. And then they scroll past. And then like, you know what I mean? Like, being able to join on videos or on video or whatever. I mean, personally, I don't know what you mean because I've never streamed on TikTok. As easier as it'd probably be, I just hate the app. I think it's terrible. If anything, I actually hope the ban bans it this time. But yeah. Yeah, and then we'll let a lot of this stuff kind of sit and soak. Actually, one thing I will do, as this sets, is wash my hands again. But on top of that, throw some IPA in there. Just to help move things around. All right, we'll let that soak and then come back by the end of the stream to do that. Stop tree. I'm gonna block you from the channel. No, I'm kidding. It's just a random old controller. Also, I sound so special, I swear to God. Wait, I am special, never mind. It's just a random old controller soup. Yes, that's what it is. With like 50-year-old dirt in it. Ugh. Okay. So now we can move on to the motherboard. I really want to get this port out of here, but I don't feel like I should. Also, there is... I can't tell if that's flux. I think that's flux. I mean, it's always good to look at all these things up close and see if you notice anything out of place. Luckily, I don't see anything out of place, so it should be okay. What's that contraption you're using to get the gunk off the buttons? IPA and a toothbrush. Since I blocked Tree, I see my own messages uploaded in chat. Wait, that's a wicked ass flashlight? Yeah, the piranha plant. It's coming so handy for no reason, and it's been great. All right, I don't feel like I need to take this thing off. I hate how loose this solder point feels, but I'm sure it's fine. Oh shit, you know, I probably should have done this first because now my toothbrush is covered in soap. I need to go dry off my toothbrush. Hold on, guys. it shouldn't be a big deal, hopefully. Actually, you know what? Let me go upstairs and try to find another one. Okay, I have acquired a toothbrush. We should low-key play some Ghost. Where did I just put my IP? Is it still in the bathroom? Man, I'm misplacing everything. Ugh. Alright, and then I guess I'll just pour a little bit in this cap here. Yeah, and then, I mean, I guess if you're following along, you just give everything a good little scrub. Clean up any old flux or points that could have gotten gunked up over the years. This motherboard is actually in pretty good condition. It also makes the controller actually like shine. Tree, how do you feel about Ghost? Who? Okay. And we'll take a Q-tip, if I can grab one. And we'll just go ahead and scrub off these little points here. Reason why you do this is to get any extra dirt off of them, so then they become a lot more sensitive, I guess is the word I'm trying to find for no reason. They become just better, and they detect inputs better. And you can see from the contrast there, that's not that rubbing off anything, it's just pure gunk. It might be rubbing off. Well, okay, it's probably just a little bit gray and black because those membranes that I showed earlier can, like, you know, obviously rub off for a while, after a while. So you want to make sure you get up as much of that as possible. I have to use multiple of these things. Also, I cut my hair. Cannot see your hair. Ghost is literally me. The sound of is horrendous. You talking about like a ghost whistle? What is bro going on about? I'm using isopropyl alcohol. It is 91% isopropyl alcohol. It is basically a fluid meant for electronics. You want to use as like, so it's specifically, you can probably use like, well, I think the recommended amount of isopropyl alcohol you want to use is like over 90%, because basically the less amount of alcohol it is, the more it's just kind of water, and the more that it's just water can actually damage the motherboard. IPA is just basically a very good cleaning solution for old boards like this. So then they can get good. They can. Anyway, I think I'll do one more pass on all of them, and after that it should be okay. $1991 is when this thing was made. So wow, the NES was probably made in like late 1980s then. That's crazy. I should get the membranes up there too. Mid. All right, just like that. I think these are good to go. This motherboard can be moved over, and we'll start cleaning up the rest of the stuff. First of all, though, we need to clean off this table, because this got super dirty super fast with 30-year-old gunk. Go ahead and just put that back in there. Also, off topic, isopropyl alcohol smells good in my opinion. The chemical smell, 'tis a good smell. All right, that is done. I have paper towel. I do have paper towels. Hold on. Ugh. But ideally, you never want to use like any kind of disinfecting wipes or like antibacterial wipes on the motherboard itself. You probably could, but you would be at like heavy risk of screwing things up. Yeah, the smell of rubbing alcohol is like a very similar smell to IPA. Because it's the same thing. It's the same. My phone's to hella die, 1%. Dude, I've been at my cousin's house for hours. Now I might just fall asleep. At least you're in a wheelchair, so you can just roll you away. Sorry. All right. Come on. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. NES gun time. Are you gonna chill on the chair joke? That's not very chill of you guys. I'm sorry. Do we have? Oh, I thought we had 5 likes for a second. I'm like, oh, people liked after scrolling. Yeah, it's mainly these cables though that can get like really nasty really fast, and like nobody suspects it. It's crazy. If you guys have any old like wired controllers, wipe off the wire and just do like the method I'm doing with just kind of pulling it in and out. You'll be shocked with how much gunk that this thing kind of tears up. You know, you wouldn't even have to use like an antibacterial wipe. You could just use like a damp paper towel and it will still collect it easily. God damn. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, again, this is all just from The Wire, and that is disgusting. And again, like 40-year-old gun. I guess I'll go on my own little tangent. The main reason why I collect these consoles is because, like, at first it was kind of just for me. I thought retro gaming was cool. Oh crap! Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I can't rub this off. Okay, cool. Retro video game consoles was just cool in my opinion, and I actually remember getting my first Game Boy back in 2020, and it wasn't an official Game Boy. At least the first one wasn't. It was like one of those old like emulator ones you can get. And they were terrible, and it barely worked, but it could hook up to the TV, which was kind of cool. But after that, I'm like, I kind of realized that, you know, I want an official Game Boy. I want like official products. I want to like get good. And after that, I went to a local retro video game store, not far, or pretty damn far from my house at the time. And they had a Pokemon Game Boy, for like, I think $100, $80, something like that. Welcome to the stream by GI. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so I got my first Game Boy back in like 2020, 2022, 2021 maybe. And that was really cool. And I played a whole bunch of Pokemon Yellow on it. And 10 out of 10. One question mark out of 10. And so, yeah, I got it, played a whole bunch of Pokemon on it, and then after that, I kind of just stopped playing it. I ended up selling it for like $60, and I really regret doing that. But I feel like that's like the biggest thing you want to do with retro gaming is to never sell your stuff, because, you know, eventually you will go back to it, and then you will regret the fact that you went away from it, and that's the issue that I had. And now I'm facing the consequences, because now I don't have a Pokemon Game Boy anymore, which is a very rare Game Boy. I need to bring my paper towels over here. I need to stop moving. So, my whole reason why I'm saying this is that after I had my whole thrill of Game Boys, I wanted more. And I got to a point where I actually got like genuinely curious about like my uncle's nostalgia and my dad's nostalgia and like, you know, what my family grew up on with retro video games. And I grown so passionate to wanting them to see their retro, like their childhood gaming consoles again. I wanted to collect them. I wanted to know like where they went in our family. I wanted to know if I could get my hands back on them, or like another one. And recently I've been doing that a lot with my dad, because he's kind of on a weird side when it comes to him and his childhood. He doesn't really remember what he had. He said that he had, thank you, by GI. Well, thank you for subscribing. He didn't really know what he was playing on as a kid, I would assume. He was kind of up in his own world back in the 70s. But when these came around, like, you know, I think he played on the original Atari. I think he played on the NES, and I think he played on the SNES. But he's confusing all of them together. So he doesn't really know which generation he grew up on the most. I definitely think he started on Atari and then is confusing the NES and SNES together. But I think a majority he had it on the SNES, which was, what if that's 1991, that makes the most sense, because at the time he would have been in his early teens, I think. So doing this and restoring his childhood is meaningful to me, because not just I get, you know, the stuff, I'm also able to see him relive nostalgia. And that's what I love about this hobby the most, is just re-gifting the gift of nostalgia. And I feel like that's why a lot of people does retro video games, is because they do it for the nostalgia. But then I feel like they mainly do it for the nostalgia of themselves. I'm mainly doing it for the nostalgia of my family. Another example is my uncle. He's a great guy, and he also heavily influenced me to want to like relive his childhood and do all of that as well. And I still have his old Xbox 360 I ended up fixing from the Red Ring of Death. And, you know, all of that was just like so meaningful to me because I was able to reunite him with nostalgia and with his childhood console. Now, I still own all of his stuff, but I actually got him an N64 on his birthday, which apparently he played on when he was 5, but he was a master at Mario Kart 64, is so I heard. So, not for his birthday, for his wedding. So he loved that and was super appreciative. So I don't know. When it comes to retro video games, I collect in my own way when it comes meaningful to other people. I don't want to just randomly buy a console that I have no relation with, like the Dreamcast. Even though I'd like to get a Dreamcast and will probably someday find an opportunity to get one, I won't just buy it just to have it. You know, all the Nintendo related stuff that dates back to my family's childhood, that's what I'm like, you know, looking after. And that's what I'm getting, which in my opinion is great. Anyway, we're on the second gun now. Welcome back, Tree. This one is in a little bit more rougher shape. The first one is already really clean. This one is just a little bit dusty. $1985, mid-90s is when this came out. Wow. I mean, and like this plastic was insane for its time. I know, like for the most part, these were probably just stored away after the 90s, but this was actually, it's really neat to see a device this old not just be working, but also still in like the same condition it probably was when bought new. That might be a bit of a stretch, but you guys get the point. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of stuffing in the controller, or not, this paper towel, no, wow, this antibacterial wipe in here, so then I get all the dust up and stuff is a little bit cleaner. Hey, what if I send you $1 money app? I don't have money app. I don't want your money. Oh, gross. Okay, chat. Taking apart a zapper. Or at least trying to. I didn't realize how bad these screws are, and I hate to see them this way. I'm not gonna like. Okay, maybe I might just. Fuck. I want to see this thing taken apart. I want to see what a NES zapper looks like. We're going balls deep into this. I want to give you money or something cool you have. No. Like a 25-volt wit. I don't have that. I am really curious to see how this thing works though, too. So this is an excuse just for me. Yeah, I don't have that. Yeah, I don't. You can probably look it up on eBay though. Let's see. So this is for the outer shell, from my understanding. Oh, weird. So that's just for its own sake. Wow. That's really interesting. Come on. What the hell? Can I tip you? No! I don't want your money. Stop asking. Please? Bro. I might not be able to get this one out. Oh well, it's alright. I at least want to try and get these 2 other screws out. Because I want to clean up their holes. There we go. I'm gonna get a new rag. From the Fletcher Sterling. Where do you store all your wheat eggs? So recently I've been putting them on a table again. But right now they've all just been in this bucket. It's just this whole collection, because I do use the table time to time. Right now there's a whole bunch of pink ones on it. So these are like the older ones, but they're all just in there, hanging out. It's gonna be a great old time trying to get those back out and put them back on the table. Okay. That's pretty cleaned up. Let me make sure that's tight, at least. Good. And get the hole, that's what I'm missing. Go outside. No. I'm not letting you dox me. Also, it's dark and scary. Also. Okay, that's a whole bunch of screws. I want to make sure these really aren't that bad. I'm not going to worry about cleaning this out. Okay. These can get just touched up a little bit. A lot of people don't really bother cleaning up their screws. I kind of prefer to time. It just really depends on the state of dirtiness. As like, for example, this controller was really nasty, especially in the screw holes, and you know, rightfully so. But obviously my retro video game store doesn't want to go that in depth with their cleaning, so I'm over here stuck doing it, which is okay. I like doing it. Now, as for this controller, there's still like some leftover dust inside the grips that's molded into the plastic, so I'll probably have to get like a nail or something. I wish I had toothpicks. Last time I checked, we don't. Maybe I could use I don't know. It's very mild. I could actually probably just hit it with my toothbrush. Get all the gunk out. Does Retro Video Game Store know your channel? I've maybe mentioned it before. I've never, like, advertised it there, though. I've definitely mentioned the fact, like, oh, I do YouTube and I've done this, but I've never straight up said, like, oh, yeah, I'm talking smack about your store. What are you gonna do, sue me? Or whatever. Okay. What was it? Why do you use that weird contraption? What weird contraption? Which one are you stating? A toothbrush? The blue thing. Quit role-playing in my chat. Then you answer. What is roleplay? Yeah, but I wish we did have more, like, stimulation in this kind of stream, because it really does feel boring restoring a gun with no music or sound. What is roleplay? This is not on right. Why is this not doing its thing? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's stripping the screws in. Man, this needs an unhealthy amount of force to try and screw in. Granted, this thing is coming from the mid-'80s, so makes sense. Why is toothbrush needed in everyday life? Proceed to search. Oh my god, I'm actually putting way too much force in this. Is that in? To brush teeth? I would have never known. Ugh. Bro, I feel like I can just take this off. Why is this doing this? I almost wonder if I need to, like, press it on one side and then tighten it on the other. Alright, this is gonna look really... Well, maybe not. Hold on. No, it's probably not the case. Bones are part of teeth? Yeah, like, why is this... This is way too hard. I'm assuming Nintendo probably knew about this to some degree, and they're like, you know, let's make this absurdly hard to put back together, just in case we get some rando coming in saying his controller doesn't work. Then we can really test if he broke it or not. I mean, it's really just that front piece. I'm not too worried about it. It's only when I, like, actually exactly pull on it, too. Okay. I think that seems pretty good. Deeper. getting up some gunk I wanted to. What are bones? Proceeds to ask at King of the Dark Arts 599. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Come on! I just wanted to be clean. That's good enough. Let me get the dust out. Yeah. That is second Zapper fully finished. Okay. And last but certainly not least is a game. This is probably dry enough to use on this. God, this thing is disgusting. I'm hoping it's not like tearing up any of this tag here. Oh, it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, no, I'll say it. My local retro video game store needs to do a better job at actually cleaning up their stuff. Again, I don't mind doing it, but to some degree it does get excessive. One thing I do really wish to see is the inside of this cartridge. And I have the stuff to open it up. Okay. Couldn't find your location, sending you a card to autograph. Okay, whatever you want. Alright. Then... oh. Where is my... I had a thing. Where did it go? I have no idea. Brother. Well, I had a screw driver that could have easily opened this thing up, but unfortunately I've misplaced it. So I don't think, unless, imagine. No, it's not that easy. Yeah, I don't know where that went. That sucks. Yeah, I thought it was just in my... where did that go? I don't know where that could have gone off to. Okay, well, I think we gotta finish putting the controller actually back together. Screwdriver right there. It's an orange one. It's an... so we'll go ahead, take this, go over to the bathroom, and dry this stuff up, and then probably finish cleaning it out. Actually, you know what? While we are here, hold on, let me get a Q-tip. There. Yeah, I'm just getting in these smaller crevices of the controller, getting up any old 30-year-old Cheeto dust or whatever. How long has Cheeto been around for? Okay. I do want to give this a more thorough scrub too. There's just like this one spot that I see that has crap in it. 2 spots actually. It's gonna take like a wire brush to get it out. Alright, it's not in the worst spot now. I'm gonna go along this thing, get anything from that up, and dry this thing off. And rinse and repeat. Yeah, it's still a bit beat up. I don't know what these little marks are. They're just like staying brown. But I mean, they're clean, I guess. Okay. Go to this again. Get up any unnecessary crud. Again, there's just very mild little crap in this that I can't seem to get up. Oh well. Again, it's clean. Show me your shower. This bathroom doesn't have a shower. It is a one-person bathroom for people to use. I don't know. Oh, no! Oh my god, I choked while saying that, my lord. Alright, let's try this off again, it's no biggie. Okay. I'll leave these at my desk to sit. Once again, rinse and repeat. Now, if these membranes, ideally what you want to do is just to kind of scrub the black part of it and try and get any other loose gunk up that could delay any game input or crud on it. You can also probably just do it on the towel. Okay, that's done. Put this back and sit dry. From Bye Guy said hi. Yeah, the IPA really helps in these cases to get up a lot of this loose membrane crud. I'm just gently going over these and they're already darkening the tip here, the Q-tip. Let's get another one. Probably just be easier to use a towel, paper towel. Okay. stick. Show me your bedroom. I'm in my studio, which is in my basement. Bro is actively trying to dox me. Bounty Horizon refresh. What is love? Maybe don't hurt me. Okay, I think that's the majority of the membranes. Buttons, yeah. Yeah, this water got nasty fast. uh. I lied, there's a few more membranes. Okay. So close. Show me your floor. Show me your mirror. Bro does not get out much. My friend texts me. He goes, so, I haven't seen back, I just saw one message. Alright, we're gonna speed run putting this controller back together. And let that be the end of it. Where do these buttons go? Uh-oh, I lost the buttons. Oh, I found them. Okay. Pull this out. Move the brush back. Woo! Basement tour. Wow. There, you got to see some stuff. Yeah. And from Davis Escobar, show your shoes. All right, we cleaned up the motherboard here. Now we just put everything back in. From the Baller, welcome to Street. Hi, I'm new. From the Street. We are just getting to the tail end of the stream here. Yeah, okay. These shells are still wet, so I'm just gonna do this and re-chat. Show shoes. My shoes aren't down here. I'm in my studio. I don't necessarily wear shoes in my studio. Yeah, I really want to limit any kind of water getting on this motherboard and breaking or anything. See a speck of dirt that I don't like. Where are my Q-tips? Where are they? Cool Game Boy, I think. Yes, you are correct. Well, depending on what you're looking at, actually. I do have a Game Boy down here. But currently what you're looking at is a NES controller, which is like the second Nintendo console to ever be made. Hello, I'm Brazilian. If you say Brazilian word, I will give you $5. I don't take tips, unfortunately. Show me that box under the 3D printer. That's where the screwdriver is. Oh my god. You're wrong. I am still very curious where that went. I mean, I'm telling you guys, if we get, I think we're not even a quarter's way to our 4,000 watch hours. I think we have like over 500 right now. It's in the box under the, there's no box under the 3D printer. It's just a table. Okay, these are drying up. I see it, you don't though. The tote. Guess what? This table's made out of wood. How do you feel about that? Probably from your ancestor. Ooh. Alright, I think the front shell at least is dry enough, so we'll go ahead and start putting these things in. After, where did I just put that Q-tip? I just had a Q-tip. What? Chat, where did I put the Q-tip? I just had one. Rerun the stream. Alright, whatever. There's a few spots I want to get up in here too. Check the thing under the 3D printer with a CD on it. What are you looking at? There's no CD. Oh, you're looking at that box right there. That's not under the 3D printer. That's on the shelf. And no, it's not in there. That's an old manual, by the way, for your information. Okay, we'll put the D-pad in. Go ahead and put these metal rods back in. Put these bumpers back on. Okay. Put the buttons back in. Put this D-pad back on. Where did that go? I went up here. brick. The inspection figure does absolutely nothing. Oh, I'm totally have this on the wrong thing. There it is. All right. Okay. Put that back on there. And put these up there. And then put the motherboard in. Or I guess, yeah, this is the motherboard. Make sure that all works. Twist the wire up and around. Nintendo loves doing that for some reason. And screw this back in. You need more money? I don't, though. I mean, let me get my 40,000 watch hours, then sure. But I don't want to ever advertise my, like, a PayPal or something. I don't even use any of that kind of stuff, but it's already so sketch. I don't trust it. Alright, let me get my Phillips head back out. Maybe I'll make a P.O. box, and then you can ship me money in the P.O. box. Okay, there's 1 out of 5. Concerned as to why this isn't closing right. Hang on, I might need to open this back up. Through trial and error. Something to do with the wire. Please. I found your location. Where do I live? I'm almost curious if the wire goes before the motherboard. I seriously doubt it, though. I think it just needs to sit there. Let me see. Hello, I've returned because I kind of fell asleep. I figured that much. We're just at the tail end of the stream here. I can't seem to get this shell back together correctly. I almost wonder if it's because of the D-pad. Maybe something's not aligning correctly. Oh, I think that's it. make sure it's not the wire. It's just these sockets need to make sure they're, I guess they go in. Man, what a clamshell of a controller. Hey man, my phone is at 20% and I want to go home. Did I do it? I don't think so. So this needs to go in there. Maybe. No. What is going on here? Ghost from Call of Duty. Huh. I don't think it would go... I'm pretty sure the wire is resting on top of it when I first opened this thing up. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But there's no way. What is going on here? Why is this not working? Yeah, because it's just not sitting correctly. Maybe just... I don't know. I could just try screwing everything in, but I really feel like I shouldn't have to. King of the Dark Arts, you live in Greenlands, Ohio? How did you know? Dude, I think he's locked in. But I want to send him money. I live in NEI peso. Alright, what I'm gonna do is, I don't know why this isn't sitting correctly. Because I'm pretty sure it is. Is it not? You guys can't really see the issue I'm having. Mispronunciation goes crazy. Shut up, your legs don't work. My bad. That's in there, that's in there. All of this should be in there. Okay, be like that. If I hold it upside down, just kind of slam it a little bit, and try to screw everything in. What's up, Cyber? Welcome to stream. What's up, Hola Cat? Welcome to stream. Ray, was I wrong with Green Hills? I'm not telling you where I live. I'm not. Go spend your money elsewhere. Give it to like a homeless person. Don't give it to me. I don't need it. Why is this doing this? This is so odd. I'm almost curious if... I need to pry these up a little bit. I'm not telling you where I live. Quit asking. This is shocking. I don't understand why this isn't setting incorrectly. I'm homeless, I got no leg. Yeah. Give it to Mag. Give your money to Mag. Guess where Mag lives. Find Mag's address. Alright, again, I'm gonna take all the screws out. No, I'm not. I think I know exactly what I did wrong. Hold on. I might just be stupid, chat. I see. I feel very disappointed in myself right now. I don't want to say I'm a mistake. God dang it. Why? Why did it have to be like that? I just put the bumpers of this controller on the wrong sides of the controller. So instead of left and right, I did right and left. And that's why I wasn't sitting correctly. I'm just gonna stop answering tree. Guys, Christian. I gotta just dropped my city now. You gotta figure out where that's city. Yeah, same here. I just dropped my state. State, yeah. Country? State. Tree's actually gonna go crazy with someday and dox all of us. Because I'm not telling you where I live. I give another hint. I live inside of a house. Yeah, if you give Mag over $100, I will drop my location. Boom. Cool. I think just like that, we have a fully restored, SNES controller. Look at that. I should probably bring the light up more. How great. Cool. Well, I think that will just about conclude the stream. 'Twas a fun one. We got a lot done. This was supposed to be played on my second channel called We Play Back, but unfortunately, you can't stream anywhere on YouTube without having 50 subscribers, and We Play Back only has 6 subscribers. So if you guys want to support my second channel so I can do these kinds of streams on that channel and conclude it to that channel, go ahead and subscribe to We Play Back. That is WII Play Back. And we can do more. So yeah, today we did a lot of fun progress. Finished the SNES controller, restored these two bad boys, and cleaned up Street Fighter 2 for the Sega Genesis. Yep, so thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.